Hello, everyone. I am so excited to read to you guys just a little story because I miss personally reading stories to my students. That was one of my favorite things to do. So, now that I have your attention, I hope that everybody is doing okay. I hope that everybody is staying safe. Just know that we will see each other again. And in the meantime, here's a little read aloud for you. So, this is called A Fine School. A Fine School. I wonder what it's going to be about. Let's look at the pictures. Remember, main idea is what the story is mostly about, and we can normally tell main idea from either the title of the story or looking at the pictures. So this is going to be about a fine school, right? All right, let's see. A Fine School by Sharon Creech. Pictures by Harry Bliss. Mr. Keene was a principal who loved his school. Every morning he strolled down the hallway and saw the children in their classes. He saw them learning shapes and colors and numbers and letters. He saw them reading and writing and drawing and painting. He saw them making dinosaurs and forts and pyramids. "Oh," he would say, "aren't these fine children? Aren't these fine teachers? Isn't this a fine school?" Near Mr. Keene's school, Tilly lived with her parents and her brother and her dog, Beans, in a small house next to a big tree. On Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, Tilly went to school. At school, Tilly learned her shapes and colors and numbers and letters. Sometimes when she saw Mr. Keene standing in the hallway, he waved. "Aren't these fine children?" he said to himself. "Aren't these fine teachers? Isn't this a fine school?" On the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, Tilly climbed her favorite tree. "I'm stuck, get out!" And she took Beans on walks and threw him sticks. "Let's go now, Beans." And she pushed her brother on a swing and tried to teach him how to skip. "Be one with the skip." I know Miss Dimitri talked about comparing and contrasting in another video. So Tilly sounds a lot like how we used to go to school, right? If we're making a comparison, meaning like a similarity. So Tilly is a lot like us because we would go to school on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? Pretty cool. But on Monday and Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, Tilly went off to school. Beans and her brother did not like to see her go. Hurry home," her brother called. One day, Mr. King called all the students and teachers together and said, "This is a fine school. I love this school. Let's have more school. From now on, let's have school on Saturdays too." The teachers and the students didn't want to go to school on Saturdays, but no one knew how to tell Mr. King that. He was so proud of the children and the teachers of all of the learning they were doing every day. Wow, could you imagine going to school on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? And so that Saturday, Tilly set off for school. "But it's Saturday. What the swing, her brother called. The following month, Mr. King announced, "This is such a fine, fine school. I love this school. Let's have more school. From now on, let's have school on Sundays too." The teachers and the students did not want to go to school on Sundays, but no one knew how to tell Mr. King that. So he was so proud of the children and the teachers of all of the learning they were doing every day. Oh, Sundays too. Oh. And so that Sunday, Tilly set off for school, but it's Sunday. What about skipping? Her brother called. The following month, Mr. King called everybody together and said, "Oh gosh, what do you think he's going to say? They're having school every day now. Maybe holidays? Let's see. This is such a fine, fine school. I love this school. Let's have more school. From now on, let's have school on holidays too. On Easter and Ramadan and Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah. On all the holidays on every calendar." The teachers and the students did not want to go to school on holidays, but no one knew how to tell Mr. King that he was so proud of the children and the teachers of the learning they were doing every day. Wow. Holidays. Going to school every single day without a break. How many of you would like that? I think now, because I haven't seen you guys in so long, I wouldn't mind seeing you every day just to be around you. All right, let's keep reading. Almost done. And so on Christmas, Tilly set off for school, but it's Christmas. What about Christmas? Her brother called. The following month, Mr. King called everyone together. "This is such a fine, fine school. I love this school. Let's have more school. From now on," oh my gosh, what do you think he's going to say? "Let's have school in the summer too. All summer long, every single day." Ooh. Every day without a break? Whew. "How much we will learn," he said. "We can learn everything. We will learn all about numbers and letters and colors and shapes. The Romans, the Egyptians, the Greeks. We will learn about dinosaurs and castles and everything. We will learn everything." The teachers and the students did not want to go to school on Saturdays and Sundays and holidays and all summer long every single day, but no one knew how to tell Mr. King that. He was so proud of the children and the teachers of all the learning they were doing every day. And so, on the first day of summer, Tilly set off for school. "But it's summer! What about summer?" her brother called. And that day, Tilly went to see Mr. King. She stood in his office in the front of his desk. "What a fine, fine school this is," Mr. King said. "What amazing things everybody is learning." "Yes," Tilly said. "We certainly are learning some amazing things." "A fine, fine school," Mr. King said. "But," Tilly said, "not everyone is learning." I wonder what she means by that. Not everybody is learning. Let's see. Mr. King said. He looked very worried. Who? Who isn't learning? Tell me. I will see that they learn. Well, my dog Beans hasn't learned how to sit, Tilly said. And he hasn't learned how to jump over the creek. Oh, said Mr. King. And my little brother hasn't learned how to swing or skip. Oh, said Mr. King. Wrong way, Beans. And I, she said. But you go to school, Mr. King. To our fine, fine school. Mr. King said, sorry. True, Tilly said. But I haven't learned how to climb very high in my tree, and I haven't learned how to sit in my tree for a whole hour. Oh, said Mr. King. That day, Mr. King walked up and down the halls, looking at the children and the teachers. Up and down he walked, up and down and down. What do you think he's thinking? I think he's looking at all the teachers and the students and trying to figure out if they're really, really happy with going to school every single day. Though we would want to do something every single day, it's nice to have breaks, right? Yeah, so let's see what he's going to do. The next morning, Mr. King called everyone together. The children and the teachers were very worried. Mr. King said, "This is a fine, fine school, with fine, fine children and fine, fine teachers. But not everybody is learning." The children and the teachers were very worried. Mr. King said, "There are dogs who need to learn how to sit and how to jump creeks." What did he mean? Was he going to make their dogs come to school? I will not lick my classmates. I will not lick my classmates. I will not lick my classmates. That's what the dog's saying. There are little brothers and sisters who need to learn how to swing and how to skip. What did he mean? Was he going to make their younger brothers and sisters come to school too? The children and teachers were very, very worried. And all children, and teachers, you need to learn how to climb a tree and sit in it for an hour, Mr. King said. 20 minutes to go. The children and the teachers were very worried. And so from now on, we will... What do you think they're going to do? What do you think he's going to say? Okay, let's see. Not have school on Saturdays or Sundays or holidays or in the summer. A huge, enormous roaring cheer soared up to the ceiling and floated out of the window so that everyone in the town heard the fine, fine children and the fine, fine teachers shout, "Fine, fine, fine." And the fine, fine children and the fine, fine teachers lifted Mr. King up, and they carried him down the hallway and out the door and through the town and up and down and in and out, and everywhere they went, the people said, "What a fine, fine school with such a fine, fine teachers and fine, fine children and a fine, fine principal." The end. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. If you want to connect with it a little more and practice your comparing and contrasting skills, maybe you can think about this story and how they went to school for every day, not just on Monday through Friday, but they went to school on weekends, they went to school on holidays. Compare maybe how that might be different from how we go to school, right? Contrast the difference, sorry. And then compare maybe like how it is that we go to school on Monday, Wednesdays, and Tuesdays, and the things they were learning. They learned how to color. They learned about shapes. I know we're learning about shapes now. So, just to extend it a little more, if you want to do a little comparing and contrasting, go ahead. Miss you guys. All right, see you soon.